let's not get the flags and the bunting out just
Ah,
yet. We have a long, long way to go, Dawn. This was just a preliminary drink between Tobin Andreas, who is the King's Communications Secretary, and more importantly, Harry and Meghan's Chief Communications person and head of the household, Meredith Mains. Also, there was Liam Maguire, who is the Sussex's heads. He heads the PR team in the UK. Yeah, it's a step in what you might call the right direction, but there is a couple of huge flies in the ointment here. One is Meghan. Uh, is she going to agree to anything that smooths the troubled waters that have happened over the last 5 years? I'm not so sure. And you've also then got on the other side, you've got Prince William, a king in waiting. Now, of all the people in all this, he is the one who feels, in my view, most hurt by what has happened between him and his brother. And there is only one person that he is blaming, and that is Meghan.
indeed. So, I mean, and I think, and certainly Catherine is, if you're talking fly in the ointment,
Sure.
it's the two wives, isn't it? I mean, I hate doing the Yoko Ono thing and blaming the women, but it is the two women here that I think, given all the water under the bridge, will never actually, probably be in the same room together.
Well, you've got to also remember that it's only about a week or so ago that we heard from one of the late Queen's, I think, cousin, Elizabeth Anson, who's now dead herself. She had let it be known that the Queen was deeply, deeply upset by Harry and Meghan, and particularly Harry, who was rude to her, it is alleged, for about 10 minutes. And also, let us not forget that in all this happening, her dearly beloved husband was at the time dying. These are things you're going to have to really be hard nosed to forget about, particularly
Yeah.
the Oprah Winfrey interview as well, and the spare book. You can't pull these back and say it was a joke, boss. We didn't really mean it all. There's a long, long way to go before we get down to some substantive chats about healing. And I'm still of the opinion that this can never be healed, and I still believe that Meghan will never return to this country.
Charles, just very quickly, in one word, we all know how these things work. You and I have worked on tabloids for long enough. This meeting and the fact that it was had photographs of it, that was set up by somebody, wasn't it? Which side, King Charles
Do you
or
know?
Harry?
Do you know? When I saw the photographs and I saw Tobin Amory and Liam Gallagher, Liam Maguire, sorry, I'm thinking of the voice. Liam Maguire looked down the camera lens. I thought, hello, someone's earned a few quid somewhere. Now that's either, I don't believe it was Harry's side that would have leaked that. Although, I mean, who knows? Was it the King's side? Maybe. Was it someone at the club? It's a big mystery. But best of luck to the Mail on Sunday. They got a cracking exclusive, cracking pictures. What we would have wanted more than anything.
We certainly would.
Hello, my beautiful Sussex Squad family. Welcome back to another episode of Royal Sussex Squad, the home where we celebrate the unstoppable power, grace and love of Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. I want you to take a deep breath today because what I'm about to share with you is not just news, it is a testament to the resilience and authenticity of this beautiful couple. So grab your favourite drink, get comfy, and let's dive into this story that proves once again that truth, love and integrity always rise above the noise. Now, family, can you believe it? After all of the chaos, the smear campaigns, the toxic headlines, and those relentless tabloid attacks that have tried so hard to destroy Harry and Meghan's image, we are now hearing whispers that are turning into loud conversations about a potential reunion between Prince Harry and his father, King Charles. Yes, you heard that right. And let me tell you, this is no small thing. Reports are confirming that King Charles and Prince Harry could actually reunite within just a few months. Sources are saying September, right around the time Harry returns to London for the Wellchild Awards, an organisation that Harry has supported passionately for 17 years. You know Harry, always putting the children first, always standing up for the vulnerable, the forgotten, and those who don't have a voice. That is the heart of a true prince, a real man of the people. The rumour mill has been spinning like crazy, but this time it isn't about scandal or shade. This is about healing. We're talking about a father and son who have been torn apart by jealousy, manipulation, and an institution that couldn't handle Harry stepping into his own light. But let's be real, folks, this isn't just about Harry and Charles grabbing a cup of tea and hugging it out. Oh no, there's a deeper story here. Last week, representatives from both sides, King Charles's Director of Communications, Tobin Andrew, and Sussex team members Meredith Mains and Liam Maguire, actually met. Let that sink in. These are serious, strategic, behind-the-scenes moves, not the type of surface-level nonsense tabloids love to spin. And guess what? Both Harry and King Charles reportedly gave their blessing for this meeting to take place. That alone shows maturity, grace, and a willingness to explore what healing could look like. But here's what really hits me deep. While people love to paint Harry as the angry runaway prince, it is Harry who continues to show up for family when it matters most. Let's not forget earlier this year, when Harry flew to the UK to see his father after Charles's cancer diagnosis was announced. While certain so-called senior royals and toxic commentators tried to twist this into some PR stunt, Harry's actions spoke louder than any screaming headline ever could. Harry has always been about family, even when that family has turned its back on him. And don't even get me started on Meghan, the woman who has stood by his side through it all, shielding him, lifting him, and helping him break generational cycles of silence and repression. Meghan is the embodiment of courage and grace under fire. And I don't care how many tabloid sources they trot out, we know the truth. Now, let's look at this upcoming Well Child Awards. This isn't some random gala. This is Harry's heart. He has supported these awards for nearly 2 decades, recognising seriously ill children and the extraordinary people who care for them. While others might show up for photo ops or cheap PR, Harry has been there consistently year after year, even after stepping down from royal duties. The fact that this event could serve as a backdrop for a private father-son meeting is poetic, isn't it? Amid all the negativity, there is Harry standing up for kids who face unimaginable challenges, showing the world exactly where his values lie. The British media, those tabloid vultures, want us to forget that. They want us to focus on clickbait headlines about Megxit, about some alleged feud with his brother, about how Meghan divided the family. Let's call it what it is. It's a smokescreen. They don't want to admit that the Sussexes have done more humanitarian work and inspired more global love and support in a few short years than some other royals have done in their entire lifetimes. Harry and Meghan walked away from the institution not because they wanted to be celebrities or to chase Hollywood glitz. They left because they had the courage to choose freedom over silence, authenticity over playing the royal puppet. And here they are, thriving, living life on their own terms in sunny Montecito, raising 2 beautiful, free-spirited children, Archie and Lilibet, without the toxic constraints of the British tabloid machine. Yet even from California, Harry's heart is in the UK when it comes to causes he cares about. That is why he's going back for the Well Child Awards, and if in the process he and King Charles find a way to reconnect, even better. Healing isn't linear. It's messy, complicated, and full of false starts, but it starts with a conversation. Meanwhile, we all know there are trolls and bitter commentators who are already frothing at the mouth, waiting to spin this reunion into yet another anti-Sussex narrative. You know the type? The ones who scream about duty and tradition, but refuse to acknowledge the abuse and racism Meghan faced, the mental health toll it took on Harry, and the systemic toxicity that forced them out. These people are allergic to growth, allergic to truth, and allergic to love. But let me tell you this, no matter how they twist it, no matter how they try to weaponize this possible reunion, they cannot overshadow Harry's integrity. They cannot tarnish Meghan's light. They cannot break the foundation of this family built on respect, authenticity, and real love. We also have to recognize the quiet strength of King Charles here. For all his flaws, and trust me, he has them, it takes courage for a father to sit down with a son he hurt and say, "Let's talk." And it takes even more courage for a son to show up, knowing the world is watching and still be open to healing. This is bigger than crowns, titles, or royal protocols. This is about generational healing, something Harry has been fighting for all along. And Meghan? She's the backbone supporting this transformation. She's the one who told the world about her struggles and helped Harry understand that silence was no longer an option. She's the one who encouraged him to seek therapy, to unpack his pain and to break the generational curse of emotional suppression that plagued the royal family for decades. So as we look towards September, let's hold space for this possible father-son moment. Let's focus on what it symbolizes, a step toward healing, toward understanding, and maybe even forgiveness. Not for the institution, but for two human beings navigating unimaginable public scrutiny. Let's also remember that Harry doesn't owe anyone an apology for leaving a toxic environment. He chose his wife, his children, and his mental health, and for that he should be celebrated, not condemned. Meghan doesn't owe anyone an explanation for shining so brightly that it made insecure courtiers feel small. She should be uplifted, not attacked. Our job as the Sussex Squad is to keep holding them up, defending them from the haters and celebrating their wins, big and small, because when Harry and Meghan win, love wins. When they heal, we heal. King Charles and Prince Harry could reunite within months after Duke of Sussex's approval. Discussions took place between their representatives last week. Prince Harry and King Charles could meet in September, when the Duke of Sussex returns to London for the Well Child Awards, sources have indicated. This comes after discussions took place between their representatives last week, aimed at exploring reconciliation possibilities. The potential reunion would mark a significant moment for the father and son. The King's relationship with the Duke of Sussex has been severely strained since Harry and his wife, Meghan Markle, relocated to California in 2020. King Charles and Prince Harry could reunite within months after Duke of Sussex's approval. Getty Harry's planned visit to support the charity he has championed for 17 years may provide an opportunity for a private conversation between the monarch and his younger son. Last week's talks involved Tobin Andrea, Director of Communications for the King and Queen, meeting with Sussex team members Meredith Maines and Liam Maguire. Both King Charles and Prince Harry are understood to have given their blessings for these discussions to take place. The meeting between aides represented a tentative step towards addressing the fractured royal relationship. Meredith Maines has been hired as the Sussex's new head of communications. LinkedIn, Meredith Maines. The royal rift has dominated headlines since the Sussexes quit royal duties. Sources indicate the September Well Child Awards ceremony could serve as the setting for a potential private conversation between father and son. However, the outcome of such a meeting remains uncertain. The royal relationship has remained deeply strained since Harry and Meghan stepped down from royal duties in 2020, a move popularly known as Megxit. Neither Buckingham Palace nor Andrea have commented on the leak.pa. In the years following their relocation to California, the couple have launched several public criticisms of the royal family, further exacerbating tensions between Harry and his father. However, Harry did return to the UK earlier this year to visit King Charles after the monarch's cancer diagnosis was announced in February. This visit demonstrated that personal concerns may still override royal rifts, offering a glimmer of hope that the family might take steps toward healing long-standing wounds. So, my beautiful family, I want to hear from you. What do you think about this possible reunion? Do you think it's a genuine attempt at reconciliation or just another palace PR move? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And while you're at it, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss a moment of truth and light. And hey, if you love the content and want to support this channel so we can keep shining a light on Harry and Meghan's true story, consider sending us a super thanks. Your support means the world, and it helps us keep fighting the good fight against misinformation and toxic media narratives. Until next time, keep your heads high, your hearts open, and always, always remember, Harry and Meghan are thriving, unstoppable, and living their best lives, and so are we. Thank you, my beautiful Sussex family. I love you all. Stay blessed, and I'll see you in the next one.